Hey guys, CarbonShadow here. Grab your pizza, grab your candy, grab your popcorn, and grab your slush puppies because it's time for a mega episode of Carbon's Tidbits. Let's do this. As you may well have noticed, guys, I have been absent for the past 2 weeks, and tidbits have been and gone, and they've sort of gone to waste. So in this episode, I've grabbed up about 20 of my favourite tidbits from the last couple of weeks, and we're going to get straight into those now. So I hope you enjoy this mega long episode, and don't forget to grab your snacks, because it is going to be a long one. The first story of this mega tidbits episode concerns an edition of a game which sold at a retail price of £250,000. The game in question is, of course, Dying Light. And this My Apocalypse edition of Dying Light includes some pretty damn awesome stuff. So I'm going to go through that list of stuff with you now so you know what you could have got if you'd spent £250,000 on the My Apocalypse edition of Dying Light. So one of the things you'd get is a human-sized volatile figurine to use as a deterrent on human raiders. So this thing is basically a human-sized zombie figurine which you could basically throw outside your neighbor's house one morning and they'd wake up, open the front door to get the paper or whatever if you live in America, and they'd be like, whoa, zombie. They'd shit their pants. It's as simple as that. They would shit their pants. Next, two top-of-the-line Razer Tiamat headphones. These are badass headphones, and any gamer should have a set of these. You will get 4 signed Steelbox editions of Dying Light. So you get a Steelbook edition of Dying Light, and it will be signed by the developers, which is pretty awesome. You'll get a Dying Light branded night vision goggles, plus on top of that, just for lols and giggles, adult diapers for the night portion of the game. So if you're sitting at home wearing headphones at 2 PM in the morning, it's pitch black in the room and you're playing Dying Light and you're playing a night portion of the game, you're probably going to need those adult diapers. Also comes with your face skinned onto your Night Hunter character model, which is pretty badass because, yeah, you get to play as yourself. Who wouldn't want to do that in a video game? You get a trip to Poland where you get to meet the dev team at Techland and party with Steve, the zombie consultant. Now, I never knew a zombie consultant was a job, a proper job. But now it is. I want to be one. Screw making video games for a living. I want to be a zombie consultant because that sounds pretty badass. Next, you get to play a Be the Zombie match with the devs and it'll be rigged. So you can win and brag to your friends how elite you are. That's pretty cool. I mean, you know, the developers will go out of their way to make themselves look rubbish so that you look cool and you can go and brag to your friends about it. The thing is because this is public information, the friends will probably know that the game was rigged. So makes the thing kind of pointless, but who cares? You will get zombie avoidance parkour lessons with Ampy Sound, the team behind the internet smash Dying Light parkour point of view video. That's pretty badass. I mean, who wouldn't want zombie avoidance parkour lessons? Who wouldn't want parkour lessons full stop? But zombie avoidance, that's pretty damn awesome. And of course, what would a £250,000 Apocalypse edition of Dying Light be without a custom built Dying Light zombie home by Tiger Log Cabins? This thing comes with like a balcony, it comes with an entertainment room with an Xbox One, a giant TV, state-of-the-art sound system. There's a weapons locker room, which is pretty cool. Weapons not included, obviously. You're gonna have to supply them yourself. But overall, this package is pretty damn awesome. And if you've got 250 grand just lying around that you could throw at a video game, you probably should have bought this. Or if it's still up for sale, which I'm not sure if it is, you should go and buy this because it's pretty badass. So that is the My Apocalypse edition of Dying Light, which of course will cost you £250,000. Good luck finding that money. I'm off to a supermarket to buy 100 scratch cards. So the next news story comes in the form of awesomeness and free stuff. And now who's giving out this free stuff? It is Xbox. So if you don't know, Xbox have a Games with Gold program. If you have an Xbox Live Gold account, you'll know about this. Every month you'll get 1 free game on Xbox One and 2 free games on Xbox 360. 1 in the first half of the month and 1 in the second half. So this month the games on offer have been pretty damn awesome. We had Rayman Legends for the Xbox One. For the first half of March we've had Tomb Raider, and coming up is BioShock Infinite for the second half of March. But April's going to be slightly different. They're going to be doing double Games with Gold for Xbox Live. Now, I can only assume this is 2 free games on Xbox One and 4 on Xbox 360. Now, if that's not awesome, I don't know what is. But all I can say is happy birthday to me, or I can sing it in fact, because next month is my birthday, and I just feel Microsoft know me so well that they are going to give me extra games. And because it's my birthday and I'm generous, you guys are all going to get extra extra games as well. I joke, but still, this is awesome, and I can't wait for this. Who knows what the games are going to be like? I'm hoping they're all going to be AAA games, because this month has seen some really good titles available for free with games with gold. So hopefully next month we will get in total 6 free awesome AAA games, but we'll just have to wait and see. Anyway, thanks for being awesome, Xbox, and keep the good times rolling. The next piece of news from my sack of tidbits this week comes from the University of Leicester, and they've done a study which proves that if you do try and jump into a hay bale from the top of a tower, you are going to die. It is not going to cushion your fall. You're not going to jump off a tower and sound like an eagle whilst you do it. You're going to hit the ground and turn into human jelly. It's pretty cool that someone decided to write a report based on a video game, especially one as big as Assassin's Creed, about something like jumping off a tower into a hay bale and how it would turn you into a pile of human rat jam. If you want to read the report, you can click on the link in the description, and that will take you to the site where you can download the report or read it online if your web browser has a PDF reader built into it. So yeah, go into the description below if you want to read that report. It is quite an interesting one. I haven't read it all myself, but I've skim read it, and it is pretty cool to read. So that's something for you guys to do after you finish watching this video. So I've shined quite a positive light on Xbox in this episode, and unfortunately I've got to shine a bit of a negative one on Sony, because they've accidentally lost a list of PS4 contest winners, or they did about 3 weeks ago. So there was a competition in Japan where you could win a 20th anniversary PS4. All you had to do was buy one of the 4 PlayStation consoles on the market, either the PS4, the PS3, the PS Vita, or the PS Vita TV. Now, this was a pretty cool competition because the 20th anniversary PS4s were all shiny silver. They actually look quite nice. The problem is, Sony Japan managed to lose the list. They accidentally deleted the file. Nobody knows how or why, and now they can't get the contest winners back. Of course, everyone now has a chance to resubmit by going to the website and resubmitting their details, but they lost quite a substantial number of contestant details, which is pretty damn stupid and awful, and oops, Sony seem to have derped. So where Xbox have done pretty awesomely, Sony have derped. Let's hope Sony don't derp twice in 1 year. I mean, that's not possible, is it? So to shine a bit of a brighter light on Sony, I found this little ditty. So apparently PS4 might be getting an in-game video chat feature in a future firmware update. So this video game chat feature sounds pretty cool, and there is a screen cap from the PlayStation Network show Powers, which airs in North America, and it shows a guy playing Infamous Second Son with a webcam video chat snapped to the left-hand side of the game, and he's using the PlayStation 4 camera to talk to the person on the other side. Now, this is a really cool concept of a video game chat feature. It's very similar to the Skype one that Xbox One has, and I think PlayStation 4 users should be extremely excited about this actually becoming a feature. Of course, it's still a rumor, but it's a rumor with quite a bit of substance, because there is a screenshot from an official PlayStation Network show showing this feature to be available to PS4 users. So I think this could be something to be excited about. So yeah, hopefully this will become a feature on the PS4. I don't use a PS4 personally, and I don't know much about the Powers show on the PlayStation Network. Number one, because I don't live in North America, and number two, because I don't own a PS4 or actually a PlayStation. The only PlayStation console I own is a Vita. I digress. This feature could be pretty cool. So PlayStation 4 users, stand by for the 2.5 update, which is coming out very soon. Hopefully we'll see the video chat as a feature in that update. Moving swiftly on, and a quick little bit of news I thought I'd let you guys know about is episode 2 of Life is Strange. The episodic game series has been given a release date. Its release date will be March 24th of this year, and that was confirmed at EGX Rezzed. So if you guys have enjoyed the first episode of Life is Strange, and I know I should have, because I was going to download it and buy it, but then found out I had no money, so it's on my list of things to download and will probably be the next game I download. If you are one of those people who enjoyed the first episode, then you now know when to anticipate the second episode. March 24th, guys. Add that date to your calendar. If you live in the UK, you enjoy getting drunk and you enjoy pulling out board games and playing them with your friends, especially if you're students, then you will know about Cards Against Humanity, and you will know how much of a monstrosity of a game it is and how awesome it is. And of course, all of you all over the world will know what Cards Against Humanity is as well, because it has been an absolute raving success. Well, now there is an unofficial app online which lets you play the game, so you don't have to go out and buy all the stuff, because people like free things, and apparently the developers of Cards Against Humanity are okay with this, which is pretty damn awesome. This app works on, it's a web app, so you don't have to download download anything. It will work on your PC, it'll work on your tablets, and it'll work on your phone. And it means that you can play Cards Against Humanity, or as they call it, Cards Against Originality, because they don't want to be sued. You can play that whenever you want, wherever you want, on a train, in a plane, in Spain, wherever you want, at your convenience, as long as you've got people you can play with and none of you are easily offended. So that's some awesome news, and I will leave a link in the description to the website which lets you play the game. The next story is short, but it is very, very, very sweet, and it comes in the form of an image. One single image, which is one single screenshot, and the screenshot in question is a screenshot of Halo 3 ODST. Not the game that came out in 2009, but the one that is being HD remade at the moment by 343 Industries. And I have to admit, it looks beautiful. It does look really nice, and this is all we've got to work on at the moment. They posted in the recent Halo update a screenshot of Halo ODST and a comparison of the original Relic map and the new Relic map, which looks pretty awesome. So you guys can go and check those screenshots out in the description below. Back to slightly meatier news, and the meat in question is lamb, or should I say goat? Yeah, the meat in question is goat, and the game in question is Goat Simulator. It has been announced that Goat Simulator is coming to Xbox One and Xbox 360, which is pretty damn awesome, and I can't wait for that. It's going to arrive sometime next month, so that's another birthday present for me. Goat Simulator on the Xbox One, which is just going to be absolutely ridiculous, being able to play it on a console, and that's pretty badass. There's not much else to say about that. There'll be a link in the description just to the news article, which is saying Goat Simulator is heading to Xbox One and Xbox 360, and thank you Coffee Stain for giving me another awesome birthday present. I know I'm going to have to pay for it, but thanks for making it available for me anyway. And yeah, this is awesome. So next month we will have Goat Simulator on Xbox One and Xbox 360. No news on it heading to the PlayStation consoles, but I'm sure in the long run it might make the jump to the PS4 and PS3 as well. We'll just have to wait and see on that one. The next tidbit concerns a game I've been playing a lot more of recently when I can actually find the time, because I spend most of my time making video games, because that's what I do. Or at least I learned to make video games because I'm a video game design student. Anyway, I digress. The game in question is Titanfall. Now, this news is pretty damn awesome for anyone who hasn't already downloaded the DLC, because for anyone who paid for the season pass or paid for the DLC, this is a bit of a middle finger to those guys, because according to EA, Titanfall's DLC is going to be free forever, at least for Titanfall 1. I'll get on to Titanfall 2 in a minute, because that's a completely different tidbit. But Titanfall's DLC, which is the 3 map packs, is free forever now. So anyone who paid £20 for the season pass, or decided to wait many moons and buy it for £5 off the Xbox Live store when it was discounted, yeah, this is a middle finger to you guys, because now everyone else can get it for free, which is pretty cool, I have to admit, because now everybody can play on the DLC maps. Nobody has an excuse. There will be no excuses for me going into a lobby on Titanfall and not being able to play on Haven or any of the DLC maps. There are no excuses now. You need to go and download that DLC. If you own a copy of Titanfall, don't just sit there and not download the DLC, because it's free. You have no excuses not to download it now, unless your hard drive is full up, and if it is, then what is it full up with? And if it's games, go and buy an extension, because that's what you should do anyway. But yeah, there is no excuse. I should now be able to go into every lobby of a Titanfall game and expect to play on a DLC map. This is awesome. Thank you, EA, for doing something awesome. Yeah, EA doing awesome things. That's new. Moving on to the next story, which is still Titanfall related, but it concerns Titanfall sequel. Yes, there will be a sequel to the mega selling Titanfall, and the news about Titanfall 2 is that it will be released not just on Xbox One, not just on PC, but on PS4 as well. It will be a multi-platform game, so PS4 players can experience the awesomeness that is Titanfall. The awesomeness that is dropping from the sky in a giant mechanical titan and stomping the crap out of everything that moves beneath it. Yes, Titanfall is awesome. I love Titanfall, and I'm not ashamed to say it. And that is pretty cool. Titanfall 2 will be coming to Xbox One, PC and PS4. Hopefully we will see some of Titanfall 2 at E3. If not, maybe we'll see it at any other game convention that happens later on in the year. But I'm expecting it to be released maybe next year, and if not, the year after that. But expect Titanfall 2 to hit the PS4, because it's definitely going to. Have you ever wanted to play in the Starcraft universe from a third-person perspective? Well, now you can, because there is a mod for Starcraft 2 in Blizzard's arcade which lets you do such a thing. It is called the Psionic Warfare Total Destruction mod, and it is pretty cool. It basically transforms the very, very popular RTS into a fast-paced third-person shooter, and it's a rare up-close look at the Starcraft universe. It comes with 5 playable classes, co-op play, multiple levels, and even voice acting. This is awesome, and it's very impressive. So if you guys want to check that out, there is a trailer for it in the description below, and you guys can go and watch that and then go and download it from Blizzard's arcade. It's not very often that I reminisce about the genre of rhythm games, and it's not very often that I actually play one, but when I do, my game of choice is Rockband. And I remember back in the day when Rockband was absolutely amazing. It was the game to play. And guess what? It's coming back. There is going to be a Rockband 4, and I now have a reinvigorated hype for Rockband. And this is awesome. There is going to be a new Rockband, and it's going to be on next-gen consoles. I cannot wait, and apparently it's going to come out this year. It's coming out this year, which is badass. The studio who are making it, Harmonix, are no longer tied to MTV, so they say in a developer diary that it's almost like working as an indie company, which is badass. And apparently there are over 2,000 songs lined up for Rockband 4, which leads me on to the next tidbit. You can go and request songs. If you go to Harmonix website, you can actually request a song to be put into Rockband 4. So if you guys can think of any awesome songs that needs to go into Rockband 4, then go and request them on the Harmonix website now. I suggest we all request Sabotage by the Beastie Boys and anything by Iron Maiden, Metallica, or even Dragon Force, because there was a lack of Dragon Force in Rockband, and we definitely need some Dragon Force. So is this going to be a new era of rhythm-based music games? Who knows, but what I do know is Rockband 4 is going to be awesome, and I am definitely looking forward to that coming out this year, and you should too. Have you guys ever bought a collector's edition of a game and thought, this could be better? This could have had this or this, and that would have been awesome, and well, this is really a waste of my money. I should have just bought the standard edition of the game. Or Just Cause 3, which is going to be such an awesome game when released, even though it's going to be without online multiplayer, which kind of sucks, yet someone's going to make a mod for it eventually. Just Cause 3 is looking to fix this problem. You can decide what comes in the collector's edition of Just Cause 3. There is an awesome selection of things to choose from, including a bunch of dioramas, a steelbook, a mat, a 9-inch figure of Rico himself, an RC helicopter, an art book. There is loads to pick from. So if you guys head to the link in the description for this Just Cause 3 story and enter your birthday date and choose your location, you guys can submit your vote for what you want to have in the collector's edition of Just Cause 3. You can only pick 3 items, so pick wisely, guys. I think the combination I went for was the steelbook, the art book, and a diorama of, if any of you guys have seen it, it's Rico on top of a big yellow car which looks like it's a Lamborghini in the middle of the air, and there's a diorama of it. I'll put a screenshot up of Rico on top of the car now. That is a diorama choice, so definitely want that, and if that is the combination they go for, that would be pretty awesome. I can see most people wanting to have that grappling hook device that Rico wears, because that is pretty badass. It's not a working one, it's just like a die-cast one on a stand, but it does look pretty awesome. So if you guys want to decide what goes in the Just Cause 3 Collector's Edition, use the link in the description. Trust me, it's gonna be awesome. Next, a news story that hasn't shocked me but might shock others. Star Citizen may end up having a client which is an 100 gigabyte download. Now let's put this in perspective. Say Star Citizen was coming out for the Xbox One as well, and it was an 100 gig download. That would take up a fifth of your hard drive space. Yes, it would take up 20% of your hard drive space. An average computer nowadays normally ships with about a terabyte hard drive, maybe 2. But if you've got a terabyte hard drive, that will take up a tenth of your hard drive space. That is a lot of space, and I'm still trying to wrap my head around it, but it's sort of, to me, it makes sense because the scope of Star Citizen is huge. I mean, it's looking to be one of the biggest games to date, and an 100 gigabyte download doesn't shock me, but it still astounds me that the client would have to be that big. Jeremy Masker, Game Operations Director at Cloud Imperium, has said on the forums, the size and number of assets that are left to deliver means that our client size is much more likely to be 100 gigabytes. We are optimizing game patching for speed and to only deliver differences, but this is unlikely to reduce actual patch size. Each patch has hundreds of assets. Each of these assets are at times 200 megabytes. This leads to 2 to 6 gigabyte patches, and if we end up doing a file type refactor and have to re-download 30 to 40% of the assets on the hard drive, then the patch will be about 14 to 20 gigabytes. That is huge, and probably another reason why the game isn't coming to consoles. So you can expect big patches for the game and an inevitably huge client for the game. But that doesn't make the game any less awesome. It just means you need to go out and buy a new hard drive to play it. That's no biggie, right? Moving on to another highly anticipated game this year, and it is Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six. You can now sign up for the closed alpha. However, this closed alpha is limited. It is PC only, and it is only available to people living in North America and Europe, and it will be multiplayer only. The testing period will be multiplayer only, just to stress that fact. You can go and sign up at the website, but you will have to have a Uplay account before signing up, and you will need a pretty hefty gaming rig or a pretty decent one, because they have actually put out requirements you will have to have if you want to take part in this closed alpha. So this is what you will need inside your rig. You will need an OS, which is either Windows 7, 8, 8.1 or 64-bit Windows 8. You will need a CPU, which is either Intel Core i5 2500K or AMD FX 8128 core or higher. You will need a CPU speed of 3.3 GHz, which is recommended, but a minimum of 2.6 GHz. So most CPUs will cover that nowadays. You will need 8 GB of RAM. Your GPU will need to be at least an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 670 or an AMD Radeon HD 7970 or R9 280X, and those video cards will have to have at least 2 GB of VRAM. That is the kind of rig you are going to need, and the game is slated for release during Ubisoft's 2016 fiscal year. So we can look forward to playing that game next year, but if you want to sign up for the closed alpha, you can go and do it on the website. Just remember, you need a Uplay account, you need to be living in North America and Europe, you need to have a PC, and it needs to be of the specs I listed earlier. So if you meet all those requirements, then there is no reason why you can't sign up for the closed alpha and see what Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege is all about. The next story in this mega episode of Tidbits relates to a change.org petition. Now, the change.org petition in question relates to a very popular game that was released back in 2010. It relates to Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Now, many Call of Duty fans will argue until their dying breath that Modern Warfare 2 was the pinnacle of Call of Duties. It was the ultimate multiplayer, and back when it was released, it grossed more than $1 billion, so the proof is in the figures. Now, the petition is petitioning to Activision and Infinity Ward to remake the game for next-gen consoles, so that would be Xbox One and PlayStation 4. The description of the petition reads this: I speak for everyone when I say that Modern Warfare 2 was one of Activision's best games. Just a fun and enjoyable game that really gives you that nostalgic feeling. The guns, maps, kill streaks were just incredible. At the moment, Modern Warfare 2 for PS3 and Xbox is just overrun by hackers. If they remaster the game and sort a couple of things out, for example noob tubing, it would make a lot of people happy. So at the time of this article being written, it currently has 104,721 signatures. That is a lot, and they are looking for 150,000 signatures. So if you want to be one of those last 45,000 signatures, go and sign this petition. There will be a link in the description. The aim, when the 150,000 signatures has been made, is that a letter will be sent off to Infinity Ward CEO Jason West and Activision CEO Robert A. Kotick to plead to them to remaster Modern Warfare 2. Now, I don't see why they don't petition for a remake of every single Call of Duty on next-gen consoles. I mean, it's a huge project and it would be a huge undergoing by all the companies that would be enlisted to take on the project, but it would be pretty awesome to see a Call of Duty collection on the next-gen consoles. To be honest, I imagine it would take up to 5 years to actually remaster all of the Call of Duties, from Call of Duty 1 all the way up to Call of Duty Modern Warfare, then all the way up to Black Ops, and so on and so forth. But this petition, I hope it does go through. Even though I'm not a Call of Duty fan, I hope it does go through, and I hope they do get their remake, because I have played many an online game where it is full of hackers and it is really annoying. So this remake would be awesome for fans of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, and who knows, maybe I'll go and pick it up and give it a play. But hopefully Activision and Infinity Ward will hear their pleas and put some money and time aside to remaster Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 for the next gen consoles. We will just have to wait, see, and hope that this actually comes to fruition. The next story of this mega episode of Tidbits concerns Borderlands, and somehow Borderlands always seems to pop up in an episode of Tidbits in some shape or form. I don't know how, it just does. This one relates to Borderlands the pre-sequel DLC. It was announced that Borderlands the pre-sequel is getting new DLC, and it is in the form of the Claptastic Voyage, and it is coming out this month. The Claptastic Voyage, to put it bluntly, is Claptrap's mind. You're going to be going around a Claptrap's mind and finding something hidden in Claptrap's source code, which is inside his mind. So you will be going through his mind, you will be going through his hopes, dreams, and stupidity. And basically the premise is that the DLC will tell us what happened to Claptrap between the events of the pre-sequel and Borderlands 2. Handsome Jack is after a hidden item in Claptrap's source code, so he's digitized the Vault Hunters, that's you guys, and sent you into the poor robot's mind, and you will basically be going and running around his mind, killing things such as viruses and other things, whatever they're going to throw at you, and finding this hidden item. The DLC comes with the Ultimate Vault Hunter Upgrade Pack 2, which basically raises the level cap by 10 levels and adds 10 more skill points to each character, which is awesome. And at PAX East it was announced that it will be priced at $10, so that's pretty cheap for DLC. Hopefully we'll get quite a bit from this, and I will link you to the article below, and that has some screenshots of the gameplay, which is pretty awesome. So yay, we get to play in Claptrap's mind in the next DLC, and this DLC pack is coming out on March 24th and will also come out with the Handsome collection, which is awesome. So you guys can look forward to running around and doing crazy things in Claptrap's mind very soon at the end of this month. To wrap up this mega episode of Tidbits, gameplay has been released of space survival game Adrift, which I'm really excited for. 9 minutes of gameplay has been shown, and it is basically of an astronaut floating around a space station, running out of oxygen, grabbing oxygen tanks, and learning what has happened to another crew member. Now, this isn't much to go by, but this game is going to be awesome. I know I'm going to really enjoy it. It's coming out later this year, and I cannot wait. So I will leave a link in the description to that video. It's 9-minute long gameplay. It is awesome. You're just floating around the whole time. You're running out of oxygen, scared you're gonna die, grab an oxygen tank that's just floating around randomly, taking some oxygen, float a bit more, find some more stuff. It's just awesome. Apparently, according to a news article online, the game experience will only be 4 hours, but they're aiming to sell it for about $20 to $30. So it's going to be a cheap game, and they say that there's a gap in the market for stuff like this. So it's going to be proper AAA game production quality, and it's built in UE4. If you don't know what UE4, that's Unreal Engine 4. Unreal Engine 4 is a super powerful engine, and I'm working with it at the moment, and I can vouch for how powerful it is and how friggin' awesome it is. So Adrift is going to be an awesome experience, and even though you could complete it in one sitting, I still think that maybe they have found a gap in the market. I still think this game is going to be awesome because you get to float around the space station and learn about what's happened to the space station, and you're constantly about to die, which is pretty cool, I guess. So yeah, I'm just really excited, and I think this game may revolutionize the game industry a little bit, because it's sort of finding a different market or a different spin on the game market at the moment. It's going to come in at a cheaper price point, and it's going to be shorter than most games, but maybe it's... I don't know how it's going to change the market, but they say there's a gap there. I agree because this game looks awesome and I'm definitely going to pay for it. So if you guys want to see gameplay about Adrift, go and click on the link in the description and you can go and watch the full video there. So this has been episode 6 of Tidbits, guys. I'm sorry I've been absent for about 2 or so weeks, probably 3, but I told you on Twitter that I would come back with an episode of Tidbits which was 3 times the size, and I'm pretty sure I've done that this week. So hopefully you enjoyed all the news stories that I have talked about in today's episode of Tidbits. Hopefully Tidbits will go back to a regular scheduling of 10-minute episode every Sunday at 2 p.m. Can't make any promises on that because my workload is through the roof at the moment, but that is the life of a student. So if you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a like and don't forget to subscribe to me if you enjoy my content. I want to thank everyone who subscribed to me recently. I recently reached 73 subscribers and I love all of you guys, so thanks for subscribing and thanks for sticking with me. Hopefully I will see you next Sunday, guys, with some more tidbits. Until then, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that, guys. If you did, give it a thumbs up and a like. Don't forget to subscribe for more weekly content and follow me on Twitter at CarbonShadowYT. As always, I've been CarbonShadow. I'll see you on the next one, guys. Have a good one.